special connection that you get to a car that is more simplistic and more raw. With a lot of the modern day cars, we're pretty desensitized to just how good they are. So getting back to a car that's more simplistic, that you can actually hear the engine, hear the exhaust. You can do your own gear shifts. You can feel the shifter linkage. You can feel the pressure of the clutch pedal. There's a beauty in that mechanical connection to the car, and that's what makes it so great. I'm Alex Stearling. I live in Mesa, Arizona, and I have a huge affinity for wheels. What drew me to cars is similar story to a lot of car enthusiasts, but it was the Hot Wheels, really. Just the variety of Hot Wheels and then collecting them. I love pushing the Hot Wheels around on the little roads and kind of watching the wheels go around, and also watching the suspension articulation and everything too. And that was a big part of what foreshadowed the rest of my love of cars. And from there, kind of went to car magazines, soaking up all of the information because I couldn't get enough of it. What really stood out to me about the cars was the styling. I was pretty mesmerized by wheels in general. Even the importance of the design of wheels really is something that makes wheels so great in my eyes. My first car that I bought was a Volkswagen GTI. The Volkswagen Audi community, especially in the heyday of, VWVortex, that was a big influence. Once I actually had my first car, being able to individualize and make it your own was pretty important. A lot of the enthusiasts who were involved in the Volkswagen Audi community was putting wheels on cars that you wouldn't really expect them to end up on those cars. Even for my first GTI, putting a set of Corvette saw blades on it, it was just like, why would you do that? I don't know. There is that added level of excitement to it because you do have to put in the work in order to get them to actually fit correctly. So ordering a set of adapters that are CNC milled to the right width and spec and making sure that everything fits up well, it's a pretty cool part of car culture. One of those things that really does make a huge impact on the individuality of a car is a set of wheels. What really drew me into going to school for mechanical engineering is the influence of cars, but also the harmonious balance between design and engineering. The application of it is something that's always intrigued me. Wheels are so important and crucial to the design of a car. Wheels have to be as functional as they look good. That's what's so cool about it. Cars are just great, honestly. I love it. My first instance of meeting my car down here in Arizona was when I was working at a shop down here called AZ Euros, and it was my boss's old car. When he went to go sell that car, I just wasn't in a position to buy it at that point in time. When that car kind of got away, it was a little bit sad because that was essentially my perfect spec E36 M3. It went through 2 owners. When the previous owner put it up for sale, I was lucky. I was right place, right time, and was able to snag it at that point. When my boss owned it, I remember the car in our inventory that the M3 GT wing came off of, and also the Bosch headlights. I just remember him doing the suspension, doing the rev shift, poly bushing, so the car handled like it was on rails, and it was already a factory Techno Violet car to top it all off. So when I got it, it needed a lot of work to bring the love back into it. I did the whole interior, did the M-Tech 2 steering wheel, put in the Recaro SRD seats that came out of the E30 M3 Evo. It does have like the M-Rain pattern shift boot along with the e-brake boot, and then I also did the slick top conversion on it too. The car has Euro 3.5-inch MAF, RK tune, 24-pound injectors, VAC valve springs and retainers, VAC power pulley kit, AFE cold air intake, and then it's running the M50 manifold. It does have the Riot Racing cams in it. No, it's not a Euro engine car. Sometimes the US version of the S50, S52 gets the short end of the stick, but if you do the right combination of things on those cars, they're awesome, honestly. It's got the full exhaust, long tube headers, a couple Sebring tuning mufflers, BC Racing BR coilovers on it, pretty much every rev shift poly bushing. It also has a CAE shifter in it, 3.38 LSD in the rear end from an automatic M3 convertible. I love the dynamics of not only the chassis, but mated to that engine. Doing the right things to kind of wake it up and give it a little bit of bump in horsepower really helps. This particular set of wheels that I have on it is a set of BBS RK2s, so they're the two-piece version. These wheels kind of evoke the look of the 90s and the early thousands. It's one of those wheels that, like, that's the period that they were in their heyday. If you were looking through the BBS catalog and you wanted something that looked right for the E36 chassis, I used to own a 1994 325 IS that was a true M-Technic car. It had a couple of features that even the M3 that came out in 95 didn't get, you know, those M-Technic badges. Doing the door badges on the door moldings is the homage to that car that I no longer have. Funny enough, the vanity plate that's on my E36 M3 is the vanity plate that was on that M-Technic car. My version of attention to detail comes from being able to express myself in those really subtle ways. And that's the best level of accomplishment, when you can really catch the eye of someone who is like-minded and shares those same standards as like a car enthusiast, you know? Ideal day of doing a drive in the E36 is going out to like Canyon Lake, Tortilla Flat, just keeping it in the twisties. We also have a road out here in Arizona called the Devil's Highway. It's also kind of that same twisty, curvy road magic. That's where the E36 really shines. A good car that has great chassis dynamics and is set up well is really appealing to drive in the twisties. It's not a fast car by modern day terms, but there is just something special about driving slow car fast, and that's what I love to do. Cars, to me, they're a way of life, really. Without cars, I don't think I would have as good of a direction. It's not good to get attached to physical things, but cars do provide that added aspect of comfort and solace in hard times, you know? I'm sorry, now I'm getting emotional. I feel dumb that I'm getting emotional about something so stupid like a car, and those memories that you make with those cars is really important, and the people that you meet and the connections that you make. Cars help to bridge that gap that you may not have been afforded unless, you know, you actually had that car to do those things. There's a lot of things to live for, but for a car enthusiast, I think cars really do help make life worth living in a lot of cases, so.